is the people are...
Yeah, there we go. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. All right. What's up, people? How y'all doing? How's it going? What is happening, everybody? Yo, we're in the house. We're in the building. All right, we good. Hope the volume's going well. Hope you can hear me. My name is Tim Black. Welcome back to the Tim Black Show. It is Friday. So that's dope. We love Fridays around here, even if that doesn't matter too much to us because we work on weekends. But it's all good because I know some of you don't. So this is about you enjoying your weekend. This the new one. This the old one. I want to say what's up to my people on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Tim Black's Wolfpack. My people on YouTube, man, give it up for my moderators. Buck Bewley and the one and only Black Mamba in the house. Yeah. 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 And it is showtime, baby. Showtime. Who's here? Whose house runs house? Nigel, what's happening, Nigel? What's up, Cat Negrita, Rude Boy, MC, DM Walker, Tobias Grove, Jeff Graham, Undisputed Truth, Zen Soulful. Yeah, man. Rose, what's up, Rose? Irene Bertoni. Irene Bertoni, what's up? How you doing? M. Sparks. Yeah, M. Sparks came through. Thank you, M. Sparks. And I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling, looking for people. I'm looking for new people. Share this out on your social media, guys. Let's get some new people in. Let them know about the Tim Black Show, man. Let them know we putting it down over here. Buck and Black Mamba, I appreciate y'all so much. Taking time out. Elizabeth Looney, Bruce Newsom, Judith. Judith O'Neill in the house. Thank you, Judith. All right. Yeah, man. The whole squad's in the house, man. We got a lot of people in the building. Uli's in the house. What's up, Uli? How you doing, sis? Long time. Robert, C. Penta. C. Penta's in the house. Lyle's here. We got a Lyle. Yo, so look, just keep them coming. Anthony, what's happening, Anthony? Good to see you, Anthony. Keep them coming, fam. D. All right. And yo, just good vibes all the way around the room, Johnson. Once again, give it up for my Tim Black Wolfpack members, the people that keep the show going. Thank you for doing what you do. Lord knows you ain't got to do nothing except stay paying taxes and die, or stay black and die and pay taxes. So it's all good, man. So thank y'all. So look, man, this Friday, we're going to let loose a little bit. We're going to just call it what we see it. Call it as it is. Tell the truth. You know, shame the devil. Pin the tail on the sellout. And just do our thing, man, because it's long overdue. They had it coming. Yeah. I got coffee tonight because I want the energy level to be up tonight. Can we go all the way up on the energy level? Can y'all handle, turned up energy? Can we do that? These are Tim Black Wolfpack members. These people went to Tim Black, join Tim Black on YouTube, on Patreon. Join Tim Black, they became members. I need people to become members of the show if possible. It's important. It keeps us steady. Stability matters, man. Even to me, taking risks is nice, but I do it, but it's better to have something to count on. Become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack with only $5 a month. That's 1 cup of coffee per month, and that gets it done. We got enough people that we can get that done. If I could just convert all my free people into paying people. Yeah, man, I got a lot of free people on my Patreon. If I could just get them to pay for the show, then we'd be good. But times is tight, man. People are like, look, man, I'm watching. That's gonna have to be enough, Tim Black. You had to deal. That's got to do it for you. Just me being there. I watch TV all the time. I don't pay for it. Okay, so look, guys, check this out. Tonight's show is brought to you by Tim Black's Mug. Go to Tim Black Mug. Tim Black Mug. Get you a Legacy Tim Black cup. The Tim Black Show cup is $20 to your door. Okay? Yeah, $20 to your door. That includes shipping. So yeah. And yeah, that's what we do, man. So look, man, we got a lot going on tonight. We're gonna have some fun tonight. I got my lights on in the back. I think the kids are quiet. And they've been showing off, man. They've been doing their thing. My girls be doing their thing, man. My sons, he be rapping and loud in his room, but for the most part, he all the way up. So, Then my oldest son, he just, it's yeah, it's what it is. Check this out. Mrs. Black says hello. She got to come back down and make another appearance sometime soon because some people don't even know who Mrs. Black is. We done had so many changes on this show. Yeah, man. Some people don't even know. So we got to introduce y'all to Mrs. Black. So tonight's show is Jemele Hill and Abby Phillip slam Trump. FBI shakeup. And Karen Bass fires back. Yeah, a lot going on over here. A lot is going on over here. I wondered if I got anything on the FBI guy. I could not find a good short clip on the FBI guy. I don't know what that was, man. There's something about the FBI guy, man. Bear with me, guys. We gotta have. Some people don't pay attention to this stuff, so they need me to give them information on it. You know what I'm saying? So let me jump out real quick on X and see if I can find something for the FBI guy, because you know, I got some data, but people want to put a face with a name, and I understand that. I get it. You know, it's important. It's important to be able to put a face with a name, if at all possible. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, little baby crying up there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. As soon as Pop started doing the show, that's when we start yelling. You're not just talking. Ah! It's a beautiful thing, man, when you got the babies around, Johnson. I don't even know what he says here, but you know, but people said they like this clip, so I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab this clip of Patel. All right, so I have a clip to show people who their new FBI director is. All right, so I got that. There we go. We good. Good enough. Got something. All right, guys. So look, tell me this, guys, real quick. Are you feeling more comfortable with your country? Do you feel more secure or less secure? Are you more worried or less worried? Or are things pretty much the same? Okay. If things are worse, give me a 0. If things are the same, give me a 1. If things are better, give me a 2. So that's 0, 1, 2. 0 means bad. 1 means the same, and 2 means better. That's what we're going to do, man. We're going to do our own little poll. It's not scientific. Damn it. It is not scientific, but it's good enough. That's too damn hot. We got to stay with the water for right now. That's what we got. Okay. Check it out, people. So tonight we got a lot to dig into, man. I got like 4 or 5 things. And I figure other than that, we just talk. Answer some questions, bounce it around. Keep it funky, keep it fresh, keep it new. That's what we do here on the Tim Black Show. My people are here. And look, guys, hit the like button to get us started. Can we do that? Can we hit the like button to get us started? Because it's important to the algorithm to let people know that the show is a good show. And the show has value. That's all it means. The show has value. Hit the like button and let the algorithm know that. That don't cost no money. And yeah. So LA Mayor, Karen Bass. See, man, the news cycle moves so fast. Things go in and things go out. Sometimes it's almost insulting the way things move. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll have a calamity hit you. And it'll be everything people want to talk about for like 3 days. It'll be like horrific for like 3 days, maybe a week, and then it's gone. Yeah, man, it's gone like that money you had that time when you hit the number. It's gone. It's gone like the good old days. It's gone. I'm trying to tell you, man, a story that you would think would have legs. Once it's no longer in the public eye, who knows what happens to it? And one of those such stories are the wildfires that hit California. Man, that was back-to-back cover of those wildfires. Everyone was talking about it. And you would think that story, we still have that like popping up in the news everywhere, but it's not, because we had other things that happened. We had plane crashes. We had Trump's getting sworn in. Not just sworn in. Was he sworn in yet? I don't even think he was sworn in when that happened. So yeah, that happened. We had some hostages released. We had a lot of things happening with Palestinians. We had Zelensky begging for more money. More things went on. Other issues happened. A lot has happened since the wildfires hit LA. But let me give you a quick update on some things that happened. Remember the fire chief? Remember the fire chief? Because it was just all this talk about DEI and the fires and who was responsible, who wasn't responsible, and we had the Democrats defending. So it's crazy. Democrats defended fire hydrants that didn't have water. All because the governor was a Democrat. And the mayor is a Democrat. The LA mayor is a Democrat. So they wanted to, how did he defend that? How do you defend empty fire hydrants? Like, that's okay. But they found a way to do it, man. And they vilify people for saying, I don't live in LA, obviously. I live in Maryland, man. But I'm like, damn, if you come up to fight a fire, you ain't got no water. That's a problem. That don't mean you're a Trump, a Trump worshiper just because you think water should be in that damn fire hose. That's crazy. In that fire hydrant. That's like natural stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's like having a snow plow with no plow on the front of the truck. It's just basic. And then the Democrats try to explain it away like you're crazy. And then that's what we hate about politics, man. People can't even be reasonable. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, if a store has no food on the shelves, what good is the damn store? You don't go there to look at the walls. You go there to pick up food. If you go to the store, there's no food. So my point is, how in the hell can Democrats make it? How were they able to shut down criticism as often as there are fires in LA? It's almost like you can set your watch to the shit. It's not like this comes out the blue. They have fires in LA. They have fires so often, they stack up firefighters in the form of inmates just to prepare for fire season. That's how often they have them. And the Democrats somehow, with the help of their media, made it seem like a negative to be like, well, why wasn't there no water in the hose? Why wasn't there water in the fire hydrant? They made that be a dumb question. And they made that, well, that's misogynist because these firefighters, these women, some of these are women. You would ask if there was water in the hydrant, if it was a guy. Like, yeah, I would ask that shit. I would. I'm not saying both sides don't do it. What I'm saying is, it appears Democrats do it more. That's how it looks. And that's who did it in this case. Well, it's back in the news now, folks, because Mayor Bass has fired the LA chief, the LA Fire Department chief, Crawley. That's right, Bass fired her ass. It's Friday. Buckle up.
Let me be clear. The $17 million budget cut, let me be clear. The $17 million budget cut and the elimination of our civilian positions like our mechanics did and has and will continue to severely impact our ability to repair our apparatus. So with that, we have over 100 fire apparatus out of service. And having these apparatus in the proper amount of mechanics would have helped. And so it did absolutely negatively impact.
Period. Did the city?
So that was Crawley. Crawley had to say what she had to say. Look, we had equipment that wasn't ready. It's equipment you need to fight fires. It's sitting in a storage area, unusable. I told y'all we needed it. Now when it jumps off and we don't have it, I'm not going to take the bow by myself. I'm not going to take the blame when I told y'all we needed the apparatuses to work. We needed the equipment to be functional. Now, when she said it, she probably didn't know we were going to have such a devastating fire that was going to be worse in the last 30 years. But she called it. Now, here's the thing. It's a very political situation. So the chief, she was reluctant. I guess Bass talked to her ass after that. She's like, look, don't be throwing me under the bus. Don't be talking about this equipment. And I think Crowley was like, look, I never mentioned your name. But they asked me, why were we not as prepared as we could have been? I had to tell them the truth. I can't lie. I ain't gonna lie about the fact that equipment was broke. It was broke. So here goes Crowley in the next interview, and she tries her best. She tries her best not to throw Bass under the bus.
Period. Did the city of Los Angeles fail you and your department and our city?
It's my job to stand up as a chief and exactly say, justifiably, what the fire department needs to operate to meet the demands of the community.
Did they fail you?
That is our job, and I tell you, that's why I'm here. So let's get us what we need so our firefighters can do their jobs.
Now look, they asked her twice, did they fail you? She talked around it. The woman comes back a second time. Did they fail you? She talked around it again. So Crowley's trying not. She's trying. It's not like she's like, let me serve up my mayor. Let me throw people under the bus. She's just saying, hey, we need to do a better job. We need to get things handled so we can take care of the people. And the reporter's like, look, did they fail you? Did they fail to give you the tools you needed? And Crowley, she had to tell the truth.
Did they fail you?
Yes.
You see how she said it? Like, damn it. Yes, they failed. Okay? They failed. Okay, they did. But it wasn't I throw you under the bus willy-nilly, I don't give a damn. Let me stab everybody in the back. It was a reluctant, the answer 3 times in a row. Her neck was hot. She's on a hot seat. Her neck is hot. She's burning up. It's nowhere to run. Nobody car alarm went off. No, you're hoping a tree would hit the building at that time. Maybe there'll be a power outage. Something happened to save me from this moment. But nothing happened.
And I tell you, that's why I'm here. So let's get us what we need so our firefighters can do their jobs.
Did they fail you?
Yes.
Sure. Well, again, there needs to be a full investigation.
And that's when Karen Bass comes out. And she says people need to investigate things. We're going to look into it to find out what happened. Miss Bass, Mayor Bass, your fire chief just told you what happened. You didn't have it prepared. You didn't have the regimental equipment prepared in order to meet the issue. You did not have the preparedness in place. There it is right there. She already told us. What are you going to investigate? Investigate why? We know why. People dropped the ball. It wasn't just you, but the buck stops with you. You are the mayor. I don't care if you've been there a year, if you've been there 10 years, or if you got there last month. It's on you.
Because there were fire trucks that had mechanical issues, and we need to make sure that there are mechanics to take care of them. But there were also fire trucks that were idle because of staffing. And that's an issue in terms of the deployment, the pre-deployment, all of that is an issue, and all of that will be investigated. And as I said in the beginning, I wanted to get past the emergency, so the fires are 100% contained as of Friday. And then, right after that, we're facing the rains, which are continuing. And hopefully, I asked the National Weather Service, what did the weather look like in the month of February? So hopefully, we will at least not have to deal with more rain, which is the potential mudslides. That's when the evaluation and all that process will begin. The Fire Commission will take the lead on an investigation independently, and then the governor will weigh in with firms, independent firms that will examine everything that happened.
You know what I can guarantee, folks? I can guarantee any staffing issues that they have, it was not the fire department that caused the staffing issues. It was not the members of the fire department. It was not the chief or the people that report to her or the other wings of the LA Fire Department that said, hey, we need less people. Yeah, cut our staff. We got way too many people. That's never what any service people say. When it comes, whether it's cops, nurses, teachers, fire department, it's never the staff that says, we need our numbers cut. Never the case. So when Karen Bass is talking, her lips are moving, but she ain't saying a whole lot. Noise is coming out, but it's not very effective noise. So this didn't work. This did not hold. Because anybody with sense knows the buck stops with Karen Bass and the buck stops with the governor. Those are two people. It may be other people, don't get it twisted. The reservoir, I don't know who runs the reservoir that has the water in the reservoir. I don't know why there was not water in the reservoir. Okay, that's another issue. What I'm trying to tell you is Karen Bass was unable to slip the jab. She wasn't doing a good defensive move here because there was nowhere to go. You know, it's too basic.
I'm going to go to Ghana.
Which brings us to the update. Karen Bass is on the hot seat because Karen Bass, when this all broke out, Karen Bass was not even in the country. She was in Ghana. She was away. I heard a tape of Karen Bass's voice when she was talking about being in Ghana. And people are implying that she was in Ghana knowing what was going down before she went to Ghana. As she was leaving, she knew that there were going to be some issues with the weather, more than likely. Now, no one can say definitively 100% we're going to have fires, but she had an inkling. I think Karen Bass knew they didn't have what they needed. I think she knew that they were unprepared and that the fires were coming. And I think in order to blunt some of it, she'd rather not be present. That's what I think happened. And then all the fallout came. Here she is, not doing a very good job of explaining why she's not explaining very well why she was in Ghana, why she wasn't there when her people needed her. You judge for yourself.
In everything that happened.
I'm going to go to Ghana, which I know you've said was a mistake now. But I just am curious on the thought process behind it.
Right.
Because we know that there was warnings about the weather before you went, and you still went. What was the thought process behind going to Ghana?
So let me just tell you a couple of things. First of all, when the White House called and asked me if I would represent the president, I said yes. It was going to be a very, very short trip, over a weekend and 2 business days. We need to look at everything about the preparation and all of that for the fires, because I think when we evaluate that, we will find that although there were warnings that I frankly wasn't aware of, although there were warnings, I think our preparation, wasn't what it typically is.
What? We word salad. The word salad is served. Pick up word salad on window 3. Pick up word salad for the American people, for all the people that lost their homes, for all the people that did not get help, for all the people for all the firemen and for all the fire personnel that had to sit there with their hands in their pockets and watch people cry because their homes were going up in flames. And it wasn't a damn thing those fire people could do. Karen Bass just sat here and said, look, yeah, we were told in advance, but I wasn't told. And I only went to Ghana because President Biden asked me to go. You couldn't tell them that you got a city to run and it's about to be fire season. That might not be good for us. You gonna blame Biden's old slow ass on that? How you gonna blame Biden for you saying yeah? He didn't demand that you go. You don't work for Biden. Why even throw that in there? He doesn't know what's going on with your schedule. He ain't watching the weather in LA. That's your job. How do you make it make sense?
Meaning that before there's a major weather event, for example, last week when we knew we were going to get into the rains, you saw us come together and us talk about, get your sandbags, bring the K-rails out. That type of preparation didn't happen. If that had, I will tell you, Alex, I wouldn't have even gone to San Diego, let alone leave the country.
But what do you mean there were warnings you weren't aware of? Because I know we were talking about it on the news. A lot of people were talking about the problems, warning that this was going to be a huge deal.
So when I talked about it with the fire chief, what she said is that we have warnings of Santa Ana winds a lot, but predicting this, and you saw.
Oh, she's throwing the fire chief under the bus. Now she said it's the fire chief's fault. She wasn't there. Folks, it makes perfectly good sense now. The person that reports to her, Karen Bass had to offer up a body, a sacrificial lamb. And the sacrificial lamb, it's going to be the fire chief. Yeah, that's what it's going to have to be, Johnson. She just said it. She just said it in this interview. She said, hey, she told me we get warnings all the time. What I know what the weather people said. I know what was on rotation on the weathers in LA about the fires coming, but I was like, do I need to listen to what the experts in weather are telling me? Or can you tell me, Chief Crawley, what should I do? Is it okay for me to be, 3,000 miles away? Is that going to be okay? Or should I stay here just in case? Oh, no, you say it's good for me to go? I'm good, you got it? All right, cool. Now, Mayor Bass knows they cut staffing. Mayor Bass knows apparatuses are broke. Mayor Bass knows they cut the people that fix the fire engines that are busted. Mayor Bass knows that they submitted a budget asking for an additional 40 fire stations be opened, and they were turned down. She knew all that. Those things she knew. She might not have known if Mother Nature was going to sweep through and throw some fires on their ass, but she had to know the budget constraints. She had to know about the cutoffs, the layoffs, the lack of staffing. She had to know that they did not go through with financing much of the department. She had to know that. She ain't got to know everything. She can't see the future. I don't hold her to that. And it's not her fault there were fires. She did not cause the fires. But she had to know the circumstances under which the LA Fire Department was operating because she signs off on the budget. Right? There's always people going, Tim, don't do that to the sister. Don't do that to the sister. I'm doing it. A lot of people lost their homes. That's just Hollywood actors. It's a whole enclave of working class black people. What's the name of it? Altoona? I forget the name of it. A whole neighborhood of working class people. Not saying that people with money don't care about their homes. They probably do. Not everybody. Some people bought a home and then they ain't worked in the last 10 years. It's all they got. You may have been hot at one time. You may not be hot forever. You know LA throws you away when they get tired of misusing you or abusing you or tricking you out. You know they throw you away. Just because somebody bought a home 5 years ago, 10 years ago, don't mean they're working today. You saw the brother from the Cosby Show working at Walmart or Home Depot. Gary Coleman was being a concierge. He was parking cars. So just because somebody was famous, don't mean they stay famous. But let's keep going.
From the city, from the county, that level of preparation really didn't happen. So it didn't reach that level to me to say something terrible could happen and maybe you shouldn't have gone on the trip.
Why didn't it
But to
happen?
me, I don't know. I mean, I think that that's one of the things we need to look at. So 2 investigations are taking place. One internal, that's one of the things we need to look at. To say something terrible could happen and maybe you shouldn't have gone on the trip.
Why didn't it
But to
happen?
me, I don't know. I mean, I think that that's one of the things we need to look at. So 2 staffs, why we're what happened in the fires in Maui. So everything that happened in...
Well, to make a long story short, or a short story shorter, long story longer, Karen Bass has decided the best move to make is to fire the chief. Yeah, somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to get sacrificed, Johnson. That's right. Somebody's got to be served up to the gods as a sacrificial lamb. This is Apocalypto. Call it Apocalypto LA. Somebody's got to go. Somebody got to be served up to the gods, Johnson. And that's what she did. LA Mayor Bass said she was investigating the trip to Ghana days before the LA fires. The level of preparation really didn't happen, so it didn't reach the level to me. No one said you shouldn't have gone on the trip. Why did it happen? I don't know. I don't know why it happened. I don't know why nobody didn't tell me that I need to stay my ass home. And I'm investigating. And the result of that investigation was she fired LA Fire Department Fire Chief Christine Crowley. Now, this is amid a $17 million budget cut and elimination of civilian positions like mechanics that severely impacted the readiness of the fire department. Once again, I'm not saying she's the only one to blame, but this is what happens. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of times, right, you know, people don't have any sympathy for the mayors, the politicians, because they throw people under the bus. You saw how reluctant Crowley was. I just played it for you. Very reluctant to throw anybody under the bus. Miss Bass said, no problem throwing her ass under the bus, so just threw her right under the bus and then told the truck to back up a couple times. Because it was either her or her. And Karen Bass decided it's going to have to be they, them, because it ain't going to be her. So we're having all these conversations about DEI, and LGBTQ, and all these conversations going on in LA, right? About whose fault it was, which is all a distraction. Who's the reason why the budget was cut? Who's the reason why you weren't in town? Who's the reason why the equipment wasn't working? Somebody got to take the hit. And as usual, it's not the person at the top. It's somebody who reports to the person at the top who gets it all dumped on their heads. And that's the result of it. I think it's a damn shame, Johnson. It happens too often. People at the top don't want to lead. And that's the dirtiness of politics. Karen Bass, I'm not saying she has to resign, but a lot of who did what, I don't know. If people should have told me. That sounds like BS. BS. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, Johnson. Let's keep it moving. Next story. Next story. Which is crazy, and all the talk the Democrats do about helping the LGBTQ community. And what do? Threw that lesbian sister under the bus when it was down to it. Like, oh, forget that. It ain't gonna be me. It's gonna be her. So, you know, when the rubber meets the road, all that rainbow coalition shit go out the window. It's dog eat dog, and that's what's up. So, I don't know. Let's go to this, guys. They're saying it, which is perfect. This is perfect segue, guys. Hit like if you like that segment. I know it's a little older, but I wanted to update people about the fires. Let's move on to this. I know we've been talking a lot about DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, right? We've been talking a lot about that. And it seems like maybe some data's in about it that shows that a lot of Americans are not rolling with Elon Musk. I know that's strange, right? I think it's crazy that we even trying to, like, why are Americans being polled what they think about Elon Musk? He ain't been elected to nothing. People helped Obama that wasn't elected. It's like this idea that Elon Musk is the first person not in a cabinet position to be helping the president. He's not the first person to do that. Now, I do say it's unprecedented how much publicity it's getting. Usually we wouldn't hear nothing about it. No one would be talking about it. But Elon Musk is he's the richest man on earth right now. So I guess it becomes an issue we all are talking about. But typically, whatever goes on inside of a cabinet, who gives a damn? No one talks about it. We weren't discussing who was in Biden's ear. We weren't discussing who was working with Obama. Who cared? Well, the difference is those are Democrats. And we all know the corporate media is quiet when it's the Democrats. No one says anything negative unless they absolutely positively have to. Well, here goes the polling on Elon Musk. CNN did this whole segment on it. Let's check it out.
Is the people are mad. They are angry. They are rising up. Take a look here. Top worst things that Trump has done. This is among the folks who oppose Trump actions in office so far. You might have thought going into the election or afterwards it'd be immigration policy, but that comes in at just 10%. Check out on this side of the screen, though. I'm coming over to Mr. Berman's side. Musk, Doge, or the funding freezes, right? These funding cuts. Look at that. That takes the cake. 24%. That is the top answer amongst those who oppose Donald Trump's actions in office, saying it is the worst thing that he has done so far. It's
check it out now. Now look, guys. This poll is why people hate polls. Because the trickery of the poll. This is not a general poll. This is a poll. Remember, the basis of the poll is among those who oppose Trump's actions. So we're talking about people that don't like Trump. Not to everybody. Not to everybody, because to everybody, when you look at, generally speaking, Trump's numbers are up higher than they've ever been, including his first term. But if you talk to just the people that don't like him and say, what you don't like about him the most? That's a subsection of a subsection. You understand what I'm saying? So it's dirty pool, man. It's just what they do with polling. Because they're tired of reporting that Trump is killing it. I just covered this guy a week ago, said how Trump's numbers were unprecedented, up. Unprecedented. Because those were polls of everyone. I even seen polling that shows Democrats who voted for Biden in 2020, who chose to vote for Trump this time, don't regret their vote. But he ain't talking to them. He's talking to the people that don't like Trump, who voted against Trump. What do you like least about what he's doing? And that's a different subsection. So just so we're clear.
Musk, it's Doge, it's those funding cuts. The people are mad, and if last night is an example, that town hall, they ain't going to take it anymore.
Okay, this is among those who oppose Trump's actions in office. Is there a difference, sort of, across party lines?
Yeah, okay, so let's zoom in on Elon Musk, right? We're going to zoom in on Elon Musk, Doge.
Why is he zooming in on Elon Musk? Once again, anything that Elon does, that's Trump. I don't understand why you even put Elon Musk in a poll. He's not an elected official. I know they want to sell this thing that Elon is running the presidency. And to the people out there that is like, nah, man, he is running the presidency. No, he's not. Elon has money, but Trump has power. He's the president. If Trump wanted to drone strike Elon tomorrow, it's against the law, but he could do it. I mean, Obama he sent drones on American citizens and nothing happened to him. Hell, if Trump sent a drone strike at Elon accidentally or on purpose, I doubt anything would happen. So I'm just saying he's the president of the United States. Elon is just a rich guy with a lot of money. Diddy had money. Gaddafi had money. A lot of people got money. Right? So, I don't understand why all the focus, other than Trump's numbers are so high and so positive, Democrats can't really take a swipe at him. They're basically, Donald Trump has been Teflon to the Democrats. All they do, whenever they hit Trump, all he does is get stronger and bigger. So this is perfect for them. They can make Elon the person they attack, and he's less likable. and and he's a good person to go after.
On Elon Musk, right? We're going to zoom in on Elon Musk, Doge, and the access, of course, they have to the data. This is from our poll. The most significant Trump action this term so far. Look at this. Democrats are more angry about this than Republicans are happy about it. Look at this. Democrats, 18% say that the Musk, Doge, access to data is the most significant action so far for Trump this term. Bring it over to this side of the screen. Look at this. Just 9% of Republicans say that Musk, Doge, and the access to data is the most significant Trump action so far. So Elon Musk is becoming this rallying point for anger, this rallying point for anger on the left, and he's not really doing much for the right, who are going, yeah, we like what's going on, but it's not close to the most significant thing he's doing so far. For them, they're much more likely to say something like immigration.
So let me get this right. What's this even mean? The most significant thing he's doing. What's the most significant thing Trump is doing? And the Democrats say, he's cutting jobs out of the federal government. And Trump supporters or GOP or Republicans are going, yeah, that's something. I don't really care. Is that what he's saying? I think that's what he means. I think that's what he's trying to say. Yeah. It's kind of telling, though, because the Democrats say that they got the back of the immigrants, of the migrants, and at the end of the day, they're more concerned with federal workers. Not saying you can't be concerned with federal workers, but federal workers aren't just Democrats, they're independents, and they are, Republicans as well. That's what makes me very, very paranoid and very suspect of the Democrats when it comes to this. I mean, why are the Democrats so up in arms about this? Now, I get it. You're a working class person, or not even a working class person, just a person that needs to get your job, right? Need to keep your job. Now, I also understand there were people giving me shit about this. They said I wasn't upset enough about it. I didn't know people were getting a severance package, like an 8-month severance package. I didn't have any idea. That's a pretty good severance package. I seen, like I said, once again, I know you don't care about me. You don't care about what happened in my life. You don't care about the friends I had. Had a whole circle of friends that were government contractors. You know what our severance package is? See ya. So I'm comparing me. I worked in D.C. my entire life. Never lived anywhere else. D.C. and Maryland. I worked in the DMV my entire life. The majority of it, contracting. Before I did this, regular job, good job, a contract job. I worked on contracts, federal contracting, at government agencies and companies that serve government agencies, right? And when we got laid off, see ya. Yeah, your notice your access is cut. And could you bring that laptop and cell phone back to the office? In fact, just drop it in a FedEx box. We'll have it to your door tomorrow. That's what we got. I know you don't give a shit that that's the life of a lot of people, particularly in D.C. live. Excuse me. Yeah, it's wrong if you're a federal worker. You ain't used to that lifestyle. You're used to not being treated like garbage and kicked off the curb. Excuse me, but this is the life I live. A lot of people say, Tim Black, man, why you do this is so dangerous. Doing this video, doing this small-time media company thing you got going on. Dude, I come from a risk-adverse position of being a federal contractor, government contracting, working at those companies. Even more, just as risky. So back to this point. People have been very quiet. I don't hear the Democrats talk much about the severance packages. And Tim Kaine's trying to scare people. Oh, the government has no incentive to honor the severance package if you take the early out. But if you don't take that severance package, I took a severance package from the phone company back in 2000. You got to do what you got to do. Anyway, let's keep it going, Josh. Let's keep going. Some of the people that are out here complaining, some of the people clutching pearls, they never worked anywhere. If you work somewhere and you know the pain and the agony and what's going on, that's one thing. We got a lot of young progressive kids talking shit who ain't been laid off nowhere, who don't know what it's like. Who don't know what it's like. There's somebody clocking in right now at Walmart, and their severance package is see you. Clock out, go home. That's the severance package. That's happening every day, all the time. And you know what? Jasmine Crockett ain't nowhere playing a violin, getting loud and twirling her hair, making funny faces and getting all animated either. No, when it's regular working people that get the axe, no one says a damn thing. Quiet as a church mouse pissing on cotton in a church. That's saying it's okay for you. I know you ain't built like us. We're the first fired, last hired, all the damn time. I know you're not built for that. Okay? You better take that severance package. Some people, that's a new life. 8-month severance package. You better take that damn money. All right, let's keep going, Johnson.
People who run elections always look for what they call an animating issue, an issue that gets voters excited or focused. For Democrats, maybe this is it. It's early days. We'll have to keep watching it. What has this done for Elon Musk?
Yeah, what has this done for Elon Musk? Is Elon Musk bringing his numbers up or are they falling down?
I don't care what it does to Elon Musk. No one gives a damn. This is how bad it is. This is how bad it is. Okay? I remember when Kobe and Shaq played on the same team. Was it the Lakers, right? They don't want to check Shaq. They don't want to check Kobe. They're going to go check Lamar Odom. If we can shut down Lamar Odom, because, Trump is Shaq. J.D. Vance is Kobe in this particular instance, in my analogy. And these punks, these lames, these cowards, they don't want to go up against Shaq because he's going to knock him out the paint, put him on the floor. Throw that big body on your ass over. J.D. Vance going to twist him up. Man, none of these Democrats can out-talk J.D. Vance. I don't care if you like the guy or not. He's a good speaker. He didn't appear flustered at all talking to Walsh. Talk circles around Walsh. Had Walsh calling himself a knucklehead on live TV. But I know you like him, so you didn't care. Walsh always remind me of someone about to take someone's children. But now, this is pathetic. Now they're polling. Trump's numbers are so big, they're not talking about shutting down Trump's numbers. They're talking about, we need to talk about Elon's numbers. That's funny, Johnson. And don't diss Lamar Odom. I love Lamar Odom, man. Lamar Odom was a guy. He was dope. But I'm just saying, Derek Fisher, I don't know. It's just Rodman. But look, we held Rodman to 5 baskets. We held Rodman to 5 block shots. Ooh. But Kobe going off. Shaq going off, though. So that's how bad it is in Democrat land, that they have resorted to this. And this is what politics is for them. Yeah, unfortunately, we have a corporate media, that will not call balls and strikes. Will not say really what's happening here. This is an embarrassment. This is ridiculous. This is sad. It's pathetic. The fact that you are now trying to rally your party behind the guy that's not elected. His numbers dropped. Trump's went up, but Elon's numbers went down. So it's sad, man. It's sad. All right, that's it. We're going to let it go. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I think it's very telling that they have turned the focus off Donald Trump and put it on Elon Musk, when Elon Musk is doing nothing other than what Donald Trump told him to do. That's all he has the authority to do. Maybe that's why Trump's doing it that way. You ever thought maybe he could put it on Elon and that way he could avoid taking a hit politically? I guess people think Trump is so dumb they never figured maybe he's outsmarted you by putting somebody in there to take the hit and do these things while he sits back. And if it goes really wrong, at the end of the day, you could just throw Elon under the bus, sort of like Karen Bass threw the LA fire chief under the bus. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next. Wow. I don't think they're ready, man. I don't think they was ready for that one, man. I don't know. Now look, man. Lately, I've been talking a whole lot about Jasmine Crockett, Representative Jasmine Crockett. And that's because Representative Jasmine Crockett has become the focal point for Democratic pushback. She is like the person with the ball. Once again, I made a Trump analogy. Well, they made Jasmine Crockett Steph Curry. Right? They've given her all the publicity. She's the Kendrick Lamar of the Democratic Party. I mean, who else? Who else in the Democratic Party? She took it. AOC is Drake, and Jasmine Crockett is Kendrick Lamar. Without the skills, without the talent, without the notoriety, without. Well, she's got notoriety, but her rhymes on, But she does know how to throw a phrase every once in a while. She recently face planted. And I covered it. I'm like, what is she talking about? People like money. Jasmine Crockett was up there trying to defend why it's a bad idea for Trump to give people money. It's crazy talk. Okay. So two things. Here goes Jasmine Crockett on The View. Very short clip. But she's going to talk about Trump spending. And then I'm going to have to come in and throw cold water on her argument. Okay? Just because.
Approval rating. It's higher than it's ever been. Percent approval rating. It's higher than it's ever been. 70% believe that he's fulfilling his promises, and 45% believe Democrats should be more moderate. What do you take away? I think there's a lot to make of those numbers. What's your takeaway from that?
My takeaway is just like the election. We've got to do better at education. People don't understand.
Yeah, that's been her go-to, man. One of her talking points that fall flat, in my opinion, one of the pathetic talking points. But it works for the Democrats. It's pretend that, they're so elitist, I guess it works. As much as they like to talk about Trump, they say Trump, he only, his supporters are too dumb to know what's going on. That's the same thing Crockett said. That's what she's saying about the world. 70% of America that think Trump is, doing his job. She's saying they're too dumb. They don't know what's going on. They need to be educated. They don't get it. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett went to the Roland Martin School of shitting on your opponents, down-talking constituents, and somehow hoping that she can get more money from the likes of Sam Bankman-Fried, the convicted crypto stealing fraudster, the biggest since Bernie Madoff, who funded her last campaign. That's how she got in office. But nobody cares about that. He was close to a billionaire funding her with dirty money. But no one talks about it. It's fine, right? Nothing to see here. Anyway, back to this point. I can't play the Breakfast Club clip where she talks about the budget. She says, Trump spent all this money. Trump spending money, throwing money away. Why is Trump throwing all the money away? This is not good. Here's the deal, man. Barack Obama spent the most money in our deficit, causing a deficit hole. He had a reason for that. He came in, we were in a recession. There's an explanation for what happened to Obama. Okay? I'm not dirty like that. Jasmine Crockett doesn't give Trump the grace of, that's right, COVID. We had a pandemic, once in 100-year pandemic that had everything shut down, that put our economy to a halt. She doesn't have the grace. She doesn't give Trump that grace. I give Obama the grace of saying, hey, he came in, we were in a recession. He was handed that recession. Could have did better, could have did worse. As it stands, Barack Obama, over his 8 years, his deficits totaled approximately $6.7 trillion. Okay? Leading to high initial deficits. By 2017, the deficit was reduced to $665 billion. Okay? His administration saw a 58% increase in deficits from Bush's last budget. Okay, so he went from 6.7 trillion, historic budget high data. Do you think this information, this data that I just provided you, you don't think that Jasmine Crockett had that at her disposal? She does. I mean, this is data. All you got to do is look for it. And then a simple search. Nothing crazy. Hey, how does Obama's deficits, how did the deficits compare to three most recent presidents? Obama, Trump, Biden. And this is what they gave me. Now, Donald Trump, to appoint Trump, his 4-year term added 6.6 trillion. A little bit less than Obama's term, but Obama's term was longer. But how long did Trump was in office for 4 years? But for 2 of those years, we had what? We had COVID, pandemic. It's worse. Okay, so the deficits grew from 665 billion to a peak of 3.2 trillion in fiscal year 2020. The COVID pandemic and the $2 trillion CARES Act, pre-pandemic of deficits. So not just the deficit, but the money to bail out people, to keep people indoors and give food and give money so people can pay their bills. So it wasn't just a loss of revenue. And people weren't working, who you taxing? How you going to bring in money for people that are laid off or people whose jobs are closed? So it's not just that part, it's also the CARES Act. But Jasmine Crockett goes to the Breakfast Club, throws Trump under the bus, talks about all the money he's spending, trying to cover her ass from that horrible clip that's out with her saying, what's $5,000 worth? You ain't gonna have no job because, you know, Trump, he getting rid of everybody's job, so what's $5,000? Well, everybody don't work for the federal government. I know it disproportionately does impact Black Americans because it's one of the only sectors where we face less discrimination. And that's a problem, and I understand that. I get it. But I do not think that Trump is cutting the government to get back at Black people. If he wanted to do that, I know. It's a lot of ways I guess he could do that. I don't look at it that way. So let's get to Biden. Let's look at Biden's deficits. Biden came in at $6 trillion over his first 3 years and 5 months, with $1.4 trillion by 2023, declining from prior years. They projected the 2025 deficit of around $1.6 trillion. Even he had the effects of the pandemic. In the beginning of his tenure, there was still pandemic relief, the American Rescue Plan. So Trump had the CARES Act, and Biden had the rescue plan, but then he had all that money he spent on that infrastructure package. So when you look at everything, you look at it all, you say, you know what, they all end up running up a deficit of $6 trillion, somewhere in that neighborhood. But Obama's was the highest, then came Trump's, then came Biden's. At some point, folks, at some point it will make a lot of sense that we can stop focusing on who's better with Trump's, who's better, the Republicans or the Democrats, and just accept both parties are horrible. I've been saying that, man. One of my mottos is both parties suck. I don't trust any parties. If I'm not throwing a party, I don't want to go. It's got to be a family party. And some of them I'm side-eyed. You understand what I'm saying? Both our parties, both our major parties are garbage. Okay? One of the reasons why Trump has done so well is he's not a party animal. He's a populist, and people see him as an outsider to the parties. That's part of the reason why he won. That's part of what made him attractive to so many independent voters. Okay? And that's probably one of the reasons why people that give him the benefit of the doubt, minus his rhetoric, because they still say, hey, he's going to go in and shake that shit up in Washington. And that's not something the Democrats are even interested in putting a candidate together like that. They rather handpick corporate stooges, somebody from their bench that's been in government forever, who's not going to do anything different And it just doesn't work. The independents, they decide our presidents, not the Democrats, not the Republicans. And Democrats just don't get it. They don't understand that. There are more independent voters than any other group, followed second by people that don't vote at all. So we got independent voters as the biggest block. Then we got people that don't vote for either party, just sit it out. The couch, that's the next biggest group. And then there's Republicans, and then there's Democrats, and there's Republicans. But if the Republican candidate like Trump comes in, he's talking about real bread and butter issues that appeal more to the independents, guess what happens? You get Trump back in office, and you get Jasmine Crockett gaslighting everybody, making up things about the budget and telling you if you don't hate Trump, it's because you don't understand enough. Roland Martin 101. And it ain't working. So Obama had the highest starting deficit due to the recession, reducing it over time. Trump's deficit spiked dramatically with the pandemic through pre-COVID levels, was still elevated, and Biden's deficit started high, but show a downward trend. And we're still, of course, we are still, there are people talking, oh, the things are up, the inflation. We're still dealing with we're still dealing with Biden's economy. This ain't, here, look, guys, people mad about the economy, they're blaming Trump for the inflation and for the economy. Folks, it takes more than a month for it to become your economy. Come on. Look, if you go to the club tomorrow and you meet a new lady and she just got out of a relationship that day or that week or that month, it's going to take a while for her hair to be right. Yeah, you're going to be paying for all the bad things that guy did. You know, she needs some time to cool off. Same thing with you, ladies. You meet a new guy, he just got out of a relationship, you don't want the rebound guy. You know, give him a minute. They can make sure he know what he getting himself into. He just jumping from the next thing to the next thing. That's sort of how our economy works. Gotta give it a chance to breathe. Learn to coordinate. Yeah, that's what it is. Learn to coordinate. There's no coordination going on. All right, so let me know what you think in the comment section about Jasmine Crockett. Unfortunately, iHeartRadio, which owns the Breakfast Club, are really petty with their content. But Jasmine Crockett, do yourself a favor. You are burning your brand right now. You built up a lot of favor. A lot of black women love when you get up there and you yell. And a lot of the liberals love seeing a black woman get animated and shake her head and wring her neck and do all that shit. They think that's cool. That's what they think of you, you know? If you were being articulate, they wouldn't want anything to do with you. Somehow, you think that's a win. Maybe it's you who just doesn't understand. You need to become educated. All right, next topic. Jemele Hill, ESPN sports writer Jemele Hill, went on the Abby Phillip show, and she had a lot of bones to pick. Man, boy, I tell you, man, ain't nothing like it, man. I mean, the black girl really do got some magic. We got Curry Champion, we got Jemele Hill. It's like black women can talk about sports one day, next day, you know, they could do the Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith did it too. I mean, I guess it's a couple. I guess it's the name recognition, right? All right, let me stop. Maybe that's not it. Maybe it's not that black men, you know, getting opportunities are hard. You know, harder. It seems harder. I don't know. Maybe I have to talk to some of my. Maybe I'll talk to a couple of my people, man. See if I'm right about that. It seems like the black man has had such a hard time, man. It's ascending. You know, it just seems like we're just up against it. Even our sisters just outpacing so much in the media game. I don't know. I could be wrong. No, I've been wrong before. I'm not saying I'm right. It's just looking at it from my point of view, it just seems that way. When did Jemele Hill become a political analyst? Well, hey, I've been doing this 14 years now. Oh, there you go, Tim being petty. Jemele Hill was on CNN with Abby Phillip. They were talking about the Democrats, and they had a panel discussion. Let's weigh into this conversation. It's going to get heated. You know it's going to get heated. Jemele Hill don't pull punches. Abby Phillip's going to moderate. Let's see what they say.
Mentioned at the same time that there were going to be statues of Kobe Bryant and Muhammad Ali. So it just seems a little hypocritical that you would be doing everything in your power to sort of outlaw the teachings of what, say, a Muhammad Ali stood for. Like, are you going to tell people that he stood against war, that he stood against these very progressive civil rights issues? That doesn't seem to be the part of it. And what I noticed there from that clip is that he had to read letter by letter about what these people, what these great Americans have done in terms of progress for our country, because it's not something he's familiar with and not something that it's now.
Come here, let me get this right. Jemele Hill's complaining that the Republican president is doing a symbolic gesture for black people. See what I'm saying, y'all? See what I'm saying? Like, how hypocritical can you be? Now, I can say, yeah, that was symbolic. This whole thing is symbolic, doing these statues. That's a very symbolic gesture. That's what people do on Black History Month, though, right? It's a symbolic thing. That's what they do. But you can't say that, Jemele Hill, because I was saying it when it was Democrats doing that, too. Unlike you, when they wanted to put Harriet Tubman on the money, I was like, you don't need to be selling her again. Get out of here. When they wanted to give us Juneteenth, I was like, nah, I don't want no damn Juneteenth. When I saw the Black Caucus or Maxine Waters and the rest of them and Nancy Pelosi at the rotunda wearing kitsy cloth taking a knee for George Floyd, I said, get that out of here. Get that symbolic garbage out of here. Give us a black hate, anti-hate crime bill. I don't remember you saying it. I don't remember you putting pen to paper and roasting the Democratic Party for this symbolic bullshit. We all know the Democratic Party is the king of symbolic justice towards black people. That's all they do. Truth be told, DEI is a symbolic gesture. To us anyway, maybe not to the LGBTQIA people, maybe that's to the dreamers and the migrants, but it's damn sure. Maybe that's a white one, but it's damn sure symbolic to us. But she can sit up here with a straight face. And that brother sitting there ain't gonna let her say that bullshit. He gonna sit here and allow Jemele Hill to say Republicans. Man, Republicans don't make a gesture at all, and you know it. Donald Trump took a page out the Democratic playbook and did it better than the Democrats do it. And you know it. So eat it. He took a page out of Joe Biden's playbook. Joe Biden could have put together this statue, okay? Because Trump's whole thing is we want to embrace the Americanism, the American nationalism, that patriotic shit, you know? He's being on brand. Now you're going to say because he was reading. You know, Trump, when he start talking, he got to read, or he'll be talking about all types of stuff. He end up roasting you. He'll start going down a list of people he want to roast if you let him go off script. He had to read. That's out of respect. The fact that Trump read, to me, shows a huge amount of respect from Trump, because Trump can just get up there like me and freestyle. He's a Jay-Z, a political commentary on the stuff. He would just get up and make it up, whatever comes to mind. He would just rolling lyrics off the top of his dome. But unlike Jay-Z, he has sent a lot of strains a lot of different ways. A lot of the most controversial comments from Trump came from him with no script. The fact that Trump is on Black History Month with black people talking black stuff and talking about monuments to black people, somehow you're going to make that a negative. When your party do it all the damn time. Your party is on that same BS all the time. I'm not saying it's that good. We need to talk about tangibles. We need to talk about what he's going to do. What's the momentum? Okay, fantastic, Trump. Now, what's some policies we can enact? What are some other plans you have policy-wise for the black community? Because this is great. I'm not knocking this. Great. Black people can go to a place, there's white people there. It's not just a black place. It's a place with American heroes. He's including black people in the American heroes field, whatever, right? It's not just for black people. He was very specific when he said it. But let me stop. Let me give Jemele Hill a chance to say more. But off the top, I don't like it so far. It seems condescending and bullshit and very hypocritical of any Democratic person, any person that's in line with the Democratic Party to start talking about symbolism. That's pathetic. That is gaslighting to the 1800s power. This is biblical proportions of gaslighting for you to say that when the Democratic Party is the home of symbolism, particularly when it comes to black women.
Letter about what these people, what these great Americans have done in terms of progress for our country, because it's not something he's familiar with and not something that is natural for him. So I consider this to be an insult, a slap in the face, and frankly, all the people that attended this, look, I guess God bless you if you've never been to the White House and maybe you looked at it as some kind of great experience.
Have you ever been to the White House? I guess you were there under Obama. Why did you think the trip with Obama was such a great experience? Why is that good? What did Obama do for black people in particular? What did Biden do? How does that advance us? And before you stop throwing up lame symbolic things that they did, recognize that the wealth gap has widened. Recognize that our black children are still grossly operating underneath the benchmark for math and sciences and reading. Recognize that. Recognize we're still 3 times more likely to be incarcerated. Recognize our women still dying 3 times the rate of white women when it comes to morbidity rates and prenatal care, and when it comes to our children, when it comes to what's happening to our women giving childbirth. So recognize all those things before you start naming stuff, because evidently, if what Obama was doing was so great and what Biden was doing was so great, why is it didn't change the condition of black people? What good is what you're doing? If you work out every day, it don't matter if you stay fat and unhealthy. You obviously, what you're doing isn't working, even though you are working. So, yeah.
But everything this president has stood for and done in the last decade or so has been a complete rejection.
This sounds like the Jasper Crocker School of Political Commentary. Everything this president has done. You mean when he gave money to HBCUs and made it permanent? That's nothing. When he put the First Step Act, he signed it. That was nothing. When he signed the stimulus packages that no one wants to give him credit for because it was passed through Congress, but then he could have vetoed it. He didn't. So everything he's done, he's only been in office 4 years and 1 month. What do you mean the last 10 years what he's done? He's only been in office for 4 years and 1 month. Oh, you counting time he wasn't even in office. Oh, okay, I get it.
Of what Black history is.
Abel, how do you square what Jemele is saying there, that this White House, this administration has spent so much time, especially in the last month, denigrating diversity as even a concept? And actually, let me just go ahead and play this because I think it's instructive to hear exactly what they have been saying. Listen.
I think the single dumbest phrase in military history is our diversity is our strength.
My son is in a public school. He takes a class called African American History. If you're running an African American history class, could you perhaps be in violation of this court order, of this executive order?
I'm not quite certain, and I'd like to look into it further and get back to you on that.
You can have DEI in water coolers and universities. I disagree with that. But lives aren't impacted with DEI at universities. It is impacted here. I just want the best and the brightest, keeping Americans safe.
Okay, so you say that, and then you throw Black History Month event, and people are supposed to then say, well, it all doesn't matter.
Oh, God. Abby Phillip once again is comparing DEI to black people. See, I know I've been in this argument the last couple of months because I have notable black people that keep saying the same thing, too. They keep equating black people to DEI. Once again, DEI consists of veterans of every color. It consists of LGBTQIA people of every color. because it's the people who are disabled, differently able people of every color. DEI is everything except white, straight, heterosexual men. Okay? Okay. It's not black people. Black people are black people. Black people are not African Americans. I'm talking about black Americans. Different thing. If you come over here from Nigeria 2 years ago, you're not a black American. You are a Nigerian American. Okay? Let's be real. Let's be real. What Abby's doing is the same thing that a bunch of Democrats have been doing, because the only way they have an opportunity here. Once again, this right here, this segment is only being done because what Trump did was effective. And the only way that you can combat an effective day of Donald Trump is to go at him racially. That's all they could do. If Trump wouldn't have did something for Black History Month, they would say he didn't do nothing for Black History Month. He don't care about black people. He do something for Black History Month, and you go, how dare he do something on Black History Month? That's disrespectful. Because it's all a game. This is a game that they play. But Abby Phillip doesn't understand that she is insulting a whole bunch of reviewers, because the new black media has been telling black people the truth. DEI don't mean black. If DEI meant black, they would have got rid of it 5 years ago. That's how you know DEI don't mean black, because if DEI helped black people specifically, it wouldn't exist. Affirmative action did not help black people specifically. White women were the primary beneficiary of affirmative action. We got less help with DEI than we did with affirmative action. We barely cracked the top 5 with DEI. I don't even think we made the top 5. But that up to Abby. Abby's going to make this a primary issue. Because Trump, and look, and I'm going to say this, guys. I'm going to say it. Tell them I said it. When the Democratic Party decided to group everybody with black people, LGBTQIA, hell, there are gay and trans and bi people that don't want their rights in their fight for rights commingled with trans and the people with the floating genders and all. They don't want that. They want that. People have written me and told me this. Hey, we like that Trump separated the genders from the orientations. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. When the Democrats fuse together black people with all these groups, using us as the currency to get it done, they hurt black people. This type of rhetoric, this type of nonsense, I want you to understand, this hurts black people. White Americans, except for the most Bull Connor supreme team racists, the big meat of racism. Except for the big meats of racism, the top echelon of racist, most white people will acknowledge that black Americans have got a bad deal, a raw deal in America. And then you go and you fuse us with all these other people that people do not feel that way about. It's hard to feel that a white man who just happens to be gay has gotten a raw deal, right? Kevin Spacey get a raw deal. I mean, he got screwed over maybe in Hollywood because of whatever happened with the allegations, but his life has not been harder because he's gay. But you fuse all these groups with black people, all you did was weigh down and complicate. And now, when they push back, they're pushing back on black people. And that was their strategy, folks. You got to understand. Oh, look, this is important for you to get this. When the Democratic Party did this, they used black people to help other groups, hoping their plan was, we'll be able to get it done because they're going to have to push back on black people. And that's going to make them be seen as racist. And then Trump came. And he says, you've been calling me racist for 10 years. Who gives a shit now? It don't work no more. So the Democratic Party created this. And these people perpetuate it. Then they turn around and say, oh, y'all say, when y'all say woke, when y'all say DEI, you mean black. when the people that wrote the legislation, the people that wrote, when the people that have complained about this time and time again, they've been very specific about what DEI means. Just the term diversity itself obviously don't mean black, because black is black and diverse means a lot of different people. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'll play a little bit more of this video before I take a dump on the rest of it, but I want you to understand how diabolical the Democratic Party has been on this, how lame it has been a talking point of people like Abby Phillip, Jemele Hill, and many others. It has hurt black people that they have diluted our claims and forced our issues be the equivalent of so many other groups.
He really does care about the history of this country, which includes people. It's Black History Month today and this month, but it could be Hispanic History Month, Women's History Month, all these diverse people.
There it is. There it is. That's it. There it is. Why are you talking about Hispanics on Black History Month? I don't think Hispanic people be talking about black people doing Hispanic History Month. I don't think gay power parades be talking about black people's struggles. I don't think Asian Awareness Month or Asian AAPI, I think it is, Pacific Islanders, I don't think they'd be sitting around talking about black people. Why does Abby feel like she got to bring up all these other groups when she talk about us? Cowards. Cowards. Folks, if you can't look, if you can't see it, you can't see it. If you want to allow this to happen without pushing back, you're a part of the problem. Here on the Tim Black Show, it is my job to say the raw truth America needs to hear. My only other mission is to get black people out of the burning house that's called the Democratic Party. And this house is on fire for a lot of reasons, and one of them is this nonsense, this insulting, degrading of black people. We have earned the right to be seen as a separate entity from all these other groups. Abby Phillip is shitting on us right now. All right, guys, that's all I got. I don't want to stay there any longer. Let's leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I think it's a travesty, but I've stated my opinion. I'd like to know what you guys think about it. You can always email me at tim@timblacktv.com. You know where to find me. Go to jointimblack.com to join us with the Tim Black Wolfpack. Let's push back on the nonsense. Somebody has to be loud. Somebody has to call it out. I'll be your Huckleberry. Let's see what else we got. I think I got one more clip. I don't know what
Talking to a retired force.
Oh, okay. This is a good one. Okay, so, folks, this is for fun. This is Susan Rice. Remember her from Obama's days? Yeah, Susan Rice. Something, I forget what she did. I don't know. You know, just another one of Obama's cronies. They're going to complain about some stuff that Trump is doing. I think it's something about war, national security. We'll find out what it is, and then we'll get to it. Maybe it has to do with the new FBI director. Yeah, I got to still address that. Yeah, we're going to do this, and we're going to do the FBI director, okay? So stay tuned. You're watching the Tim Black Show.
Talking to a retired four-star general tonight just to get their perspective on this. And, you know, when you say unprecedented, it's because this is a role that's supposed to be insulated from politics. This person called it tonight, sadly, political and tragic for the nation. What does it mean now that if politics is playing a role in determining who is the Joint Chiefs Chairman now?
Well, Caitlin, we have always had an extraordinarily apolitical, professional military. It's one of our greatest strengths as a democracy. We have civilian control, but we have men and women in our military of all backgrounds who are super highly qualified and who serve with honor and serve with integrity and without politicization. And now suddenly Donald Trump is bringing politics into the process of determining who should be our military leaders. That is dangerous. It's unprecedented. And it does not bode well for our integrity as a democracy.
This is BS. Let's make this short. Lieutenant Colin Powell was manipulated and controlled by Bush. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Let's stop pretending. Let's stop with the gaslighting. These people operate solo. These people don't operate with political motives. President's been pulling strings in this regard since day one. Get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense. Everything in D.C. is political. Catching a cab in D.C. is political. Everything in D.C. is political, including the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the high-ranking military personnel. All of it's political. Get out of here. This is nonsense. When do you guys spend time on this? Make this a short segment. Susan Rice is lying. This is bogus. And anybody spend any time in D.C. knows politics is all up and through here. Cut the cap. Next story. I got anything on Patel? I thought I had something on Patel, man. God, I guess I'm gonna have to look that up and see if there is anything on Patel. Yeah, I do have it. Remember, I just downloaded it. Tim, come on, Timberlake. You downloaded it. Okay, so we got a new FBI guy. And some people are worried about this guy. Some people are concerned. They say, hey, this guy is a bad guy.
They accuse us of every single thing they are doing. They try to imprison our great leader illegally time and time again. They raid our houses of worship. They tell us where our children can go to school and what they should learn. Well, I don't know about you, but I want our future generation to know history, math, and economics. I don't want them to know gender fluidity at the age of 10. We have the greatest leader the Coliseum has built, and Donald J. Trump is our champion. He is our juggernaut of justice. But we have to marshalize behind them because we have the truth. They don't have that.
Woo! Yeah, I guess they are a little worried about this guy. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of... he does appear to have a fondness for Donald Trump. Democrats are concerned that Kash Patel's appointment as FBI director under President Trump is due to his reputation as a loyalist with a history of advocating for actions that align with Trump's rhetoric of retribution against political adversaries. Oh my God, people are worried that Trump was going to come back on him. You know what? You know what's funny here? Trump is a 50 Cent of politics. He just is. But just like 50 Cent, people did things to him. Yeah, 50 Cent didn't just go after Irv Gotti for nothing. Rest in peace, Irv Gotti. But 50 Cent had reasons. He looks like the bad guy because he's the guy you see punching, but you didn't see when the other guy threw the first punch. In this case, it was bullets. Irv Gotti put a hit out on 50, from my understanding. Part of those 9 bullets that were here to take him out that did not succeed. If you ask me, 50 Cent put out a couple of memes and a couple of social media posts after the man dies of natural causes is not the worst thing in the world. I relate that to Donald Trump because I see a lot of people saying, hey man, Trump is coming for revenge. And no one's talking about why. No one's talking about why he might want revenge. Yeah. When you weaponized the Department of Justice to go after Donald Trump, and now you wonder, we're in trouble. Yeah, you are. But guess what? We are not. You in trouble. Don't run over here now. You was talking all that smack and doing all that dirt, and now it ain't no fun because the rabbit got the gun. So sorry. Only thing I can tell you is don't bully people when you got power, because you never know if the seat of power changes. And I guess we got people that never thought it was even possible to happen, and it happens. And they all caught slipping. And the only thing they know how to do now is whine and complain and cry in their political printouts. Cry in their what is it? Substack columns, on their Medium posts, crying on their corporate media appearances. Oh, Trump's coming for me. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun and the rabbit got the gun. So now what you gonna do? Yeah. So Cash Patel, like, look, I'm not big on the FBI. I'm not upset that he's talking about trimming some fat in the FBI. He's talking about shaking some things up in the FBI. He also said, hey, guys, I'm also going to make sure we have what we need to get the job done. We'll see what happens. The FBI is a temporary position. It's appointed, obviously. You know what? Trump has the ball. He has the ball. Some people didn't like who Biden appointed. Guess what we didn't hear every day? We didn't hear a bunch of people crying about it. If they cried, they were crying on Fox News. Wasn't even on News Nation for them to cry on. Was nowhere for them to go to complain. So it was silence. So now all we hear all day, every day, are Democrats crying. Trying to prolong the inevitable. That's right. Tulsi Gabbard got appointed as their Patel. So did RFK Jr., so did Patel. So did Hexeth. And we'll see how they do. Nothing's permanent, and nothing lasts forever. But for 4 years, Trump has the ball. Learn to live with it. Or not. You can always go to Canada. I hear Jasmine Crockett say, Canada and Mexico, she's rooting for him. Maybe you should go live with him, and you can root for him too. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below about Patel. Look, guys, I'm not a big fan of the FBI. And I would say there's some changes need to be made, particularly how they put black people in the crosshairs. Jesus Christ. It boggled my mind when I was seeing people last couple years cheering for the FBI because they hated Trump so much. You're cheering for an organization that never meant right by black people. You threw off a history of understanding how dangerous they were, all because Joy Reid made you think Trump was Hitler. You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Real talk, man. Patel, we'll see what he does. And that's the same thing for all of these appointees. We'll see what they do. Till then, have a Coke and a smile and shut them up. The other team got the ball. That's what happened when you run Biden, and then you run Kamala, and you run with nothing. No message, no real tangible offering. Get out of here. Now they upset. Now they worried. Maybe Jasmine Crockett should educate you that elections have consequences. That's who needs to be elected. That's who needs to be given education. She need to educate her own party that when you lose, you lose. Maybe that'll help. Then take it more seriously when black people say, not her, not today. Maybe you'll listen. All right. Look, guys, let's go to the comment section. What say you, working class people of the Tim Black Wolf Pack? I don't have a lot of trust fund babies in my audience, but I do have Black Mamba in the house. Thank you, Black Mamba, for that super sticker. Trust No Party has come back, has returned of the Jedi. Revelator, thank you, Revelator, for being here. Symbolic Justice by the Dim since LBJ, and we've been voting for these demons ever since. Black Mamba gave out free memberships. Hey guys, anybody else in that? Hey, look, don't get me wrong. I appreciate Black Mamba and Revelator. Can I get some people to match Black Mamba and Revelator? Because they've been supporting the channel all week. I know I got at least a couple of y'all sitting there that have been here this week. You know, can't put all the work on Black Mamba and Revelator, man. You know, and Kirk and Revelator and Black Mamba. Jemele Hill's been bounced around from pillar to post by the left-leaning media, and she's never going to learn. No, she's not. She's not. I thought she was going to say the other word. I can't stand oh, God. That's even worse. Persons of color. It's bad. It is bad. You know what nobody says? Person of color. Tim, as far as Abby Phillips goes, what can you expect from a non-foundational Black American? Not a whole lot, it appears. Not a whole lot. All I'm asking is, why are we holding her more accountable? I think we are. I do believe we are starting to hold these people more accountable. You know, we should. We should hold them more accountable. They deserve it. Black Mama says, I ain't going nowhere. Not her, not today. That's right, LJ. Oh, Candy says, hey, Tim, I renewed my membership. Thank you, Candy. Hey, look. Can I get a couple new members in? Candy's right. Thank you, Candy. Can I get a couple new members besides Candy to join us tonight? Join us here at the Tim Black Wolfpack or the Tim Black Show. I don't want people to think I don't appreciate you. I do appreciate you, Candy. I appreciate anybody that supports this show because nobody is obligated to do a damn thing. We all know that. Nobody's obligated to do that. So I appreciate anybody who supports this show. Real talk. But I gotta ask because that's what we're doing here. You know, they say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. If you don't bring it up, then people will tell you later, man, should have said something. You know, I support your show. You gotta say something. Put it out there, Tim Black. So we put it out there. We're growing our numbers. We got a couple videos that are doing amazing right now. And I want to welcome all my new people. What you saw, the video that you saw, is just a highlight. We do live shows every day except Tuesday and Saturday. So 5 days a week, you get live content. Hour and a half, 2 hours of live content. So yeah, and I'm bold. I don't hide. I speak my mind. I do my best to fact check. If I make a mistake, I own up to it. And I say, hey guys, I'll correct it. And that's all you can ask. You don't get that from mainstream media. They get it wrong, they just get quiet. What? They do, they get quiet. They do something wrong. You be like, hey, you got that wrong. They be like, me? I don't have no idea what you're talking about, sir. There you go, slandering us. So now that's not how we operate here on the Tim Black Show, man. You people crazy. Hey, Crazy Johnson. Craig in the house. Craig gave out 5 memberships. See, Craig, I appreciate you, man. And it's always good to see you, even when you don't contribute. It's just good to see you here, you know what I'm saying? Because you've been here for a long time, Craig. Good to see you, Craig. Thank you for being an OG of the Tim Black Show. Shout out to the people, once again, shout out to the people that hold this channel down. It's a lot of y'all. And I want you to know I appreciate you, okay? We finally growing a little bit. We up at what? I think we almost hit 190,000. You know what I'm saying? We hit some stall. We were stalled at like 140. We were stalled for a while, but last 6 months, we've been grinding it out. So big shout out, especially to Buck Bewley and Mrs. Black and all the Wolf Pack, okay? And then Black Mamba. Black Mamba's been with us, moderating for the last couple months. and she's done an excellent job. And we just try to keep things a little civil, but we don't want to take away your free speech. But that's it, man. That's all. That's all I got, man. Have a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt nobody. And don't let nobody hurt you. If somebody do hurt you, make sure you're not the last one that got hurt. Okay? Because people out here need to learn. Leave people alone. Real talk. But let's be safe. Let's have a great weekend. Remember, like I always say, don't let anybody take your cornbread. That makes sense? DM Walker in the house. That make any sense, Erica Wilson? Thank you, Erica Wilson. Craig said I inspire him, man. We inspire each other, brother. Thank you, brother. Negrita, Wolfpack love, Wolfpack love. Valerie, much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Natasha. David Rockefeller had 6 hearts. I don't know what that is, but I'll take it. 6 hearts. Damn. Really? Robert Dalton in the house. M. Sparks. Raphael. Stay strong, brother. You too, fam. Thank you. Now, remember, guys, remember. My closer to my baby girls. I'm a proud pop, man. Real talk. Where are my ladies? Oh, here they go. Kiss yours. Love your kids.